Hello, Pisces. Welcome and welcome back, my loves. We're going to get into another reading to see what you need to know. We're going to see what's coming up for you in the near future. So let's get into it. You guys be sure to use your intuition. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe, okay? Also, you guys, thank you so much for all of your hypes. My UI has finally allowed me to start seeing it. So, I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for your support. If you would like to book a reading, the link is in the description box below, you guys. Remember, the prices are definitely different than what they used to be. So be sure to check it out. Let me know in the comments if it resonates, okay? Let's see. We're going to see what's coming up for you in the near future, Pisces. And then we're going to figure out what the energy around you is, your energy, all this type of stuff, okay? So let's see, guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God, for Pisces. What is coming up, Spirit, in the near future for Pisces that you want them to be aware of? Wow, Triumph. Is that the Chariot? I think that's the Chariot. Okay. You could be dealing with a Cancer born in July, okay? But July could also be very significant when it comes to something that you are going to triumph over, okay? This is you overcoming an obstacle. This could also be you stepping out of a comfort zone. Some of you may be traveling or be doing a lot of traveling in the summertime or in the month of July. But there is definitely like a vibe that I'm getting like Paul Revere. And Paul Revere was basically the person who wrote and said the British are coming or something like that. Anyway, something I feel could be moving forward really quickly. You may have to make a few decisions from now until July that lead up to this triumph happening. And these are going to be decisions that may make you uncomfortable, but they're going to be decisions that help you grow and that lead you to a successful outcome, okay? Spiritual strength. What is this? The Nine of... What is this? Cups is green. Nine of Wands. Yeah, that's the Nine of Wands. And then the Universe card, okay? So that is the World card. So this is significant because in the near future, there's basically going to be a conclusion, a successful, triumphant conclusion to a lot of the spiritual battles that you've been facing, okay? Definitely spiritual warfare being highlighted here, Pisces. I feel like a lot of you guys have been coming up against adversaries, coming up against different struggles. This period of your life and what you've experienced recently has really tested your strength. But I feel like a lot of you guys are successfully overcoming some of the challenges that maybe took you up through there, okay? That's what it feels like to me. You had to have a lot of discipline. It wasn't like a physical strength. It was a spiritual strength. So this is like battles that people don't see that you had to fight. These are battles that you were dealing with on the back end while everybody was kind of watching you live your life, or while you were just moving throughout your everyday life. You were dealing with things that people did not see. Okay, this card just flipped out. Life purpose. All right. Now, whatever it is that you just went through, that you are triumphantly overcoming or concluding, this cycle is helping you to realize what you're actually meant to be doing in your life. Okay, what's coming up for Pisces, Spirit? Okay, meant to be and growth. I know that's right. Yeah, that's what the spiritual strength card is saying as well. You didn't give up either. A lot of people could have given up if they were in your position. A lot of people could have taken the easy route or taken the easy way out of the situation if they were in similar situations. Christmas could have been significant. Yeah, you've been going through this phase for quite some time. Okay. I have been getting a lot of messages about like the second half of this year being significant for you guys as well. Wow, transformation. Look at all these wonderful cards coming out. There's definitely something as well that you're meant to be doing in your life that's a part of your life purpose that's going to grow. Okay, so whatever it is that spirit has lined up for you is going to exponentially grow and transform and evolve. It's not just going to stay at the beginning stages. It's going to evolve to something bigger and greater as time continues to move forward. New line of study. You could be learning something new. Thanksgiving could be significant. Anyone born in the month of November or December. And November is Scorpio and Sagittarius. December is Sagittarius and Capricorn. So Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn could be significant as well. Some of you are building bonds and relationships with people, okay? When it comes to this card here, meant to be. You're building bonds and relationships with people who are meant to grow with you throughout this new phase of your life. The stage that you're in right now. You're going to be connecting with the people and circumstances and situations that are a part of this new chapter or a part of this phase that you're moving into. Okay. What else for Pisces spirit coming up? Adjudication. So a decision could be made soon. If you've been waiting on a legal decision to be made or some type of decision to be made when it comes to an authority figure who is kind of in control of a process that you're in, the decision is going to be made. This could be a divorce. It could be court. It could be mediation. It could be anything dealing with the legal system, the laws, businesses, money, property, anything like that. There's a decision that's being made. Okay. Mature woman and child. Okay. Interesting. If you do have a court case or something that's going on, the decision is going to be made in favor of the feminine energy and the child. Not sure if that's what you want, but that's what it looks like it's going to be. There could be a grandmother here who's getting custody of her grandchild. There could be a situation where a woman who is maybe middle-aged or a little bit older is able to start fresh because of this decision that's been made. Okay. So I'm not sure if that's you. That could be you. That could be someone around you. It could be a situation that you're involved in or a situation that you're witnessing. You got to keep in mind not to be delusional with these readings. I'm just being honest with you guys, because there's a lot of delusional energy that goes on out here in these spiritual streets. And you don't want to be a crazy bitch. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Thank you guys for all your well wishes as well, because I was sick as a dog. But I worked through it, child. I was drinking a lot of tea. Okay, so what is this energy around Pisces, spirit? What is the energy around Pisces? The Knight of Swords. So it could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's someone who has a message for you. This is someone who looks pretty urgent. This information or this message that's being sent to you looks pretty urgent. I don't know if the Knight of Swords is the person who has the message for you because it's between you and them, or if they have been sent by someone else. But the energy around you is of someone who wants to communicate. They have something to say, and they're coming to communicate rather quickly. Okay. What's happening in Pisces' life that's causing the energy around them? You're getting something that you want. What is your energy? You don't know that you're about to get something that you want. Nine of Cups. You don't know that there's about to be some type of wish fulfillment or wish being granted. Something that you've prayed for, something that you've meditated about, something that you've asked for. You're getting what you want. That's why somebody has to communicate with you, or somebody wants to communicate with you, because they're either telling you some good news about what you want that you're about to get, or they have something to say about it. At the bottom, we have the Page of Wands. So this is confirmation that you're about to get something that you have been waiting for. I feel this is something that you deserve. Okay. This could also be somebody warning you. If there's a situation where you are, because we're going to be real, right? You know, you can't be a sensitive person if you watch my readings, because I'm going to be objective and I'm going to look at all sides, because it doesn't benefit you for me to put, you know, sparkly, glittery Skittles rainbows in your face and not tell you the truth. Okay. If you are being arrogant in a situation, or your eyes are closed and you're not paying attention to something because your energy is the Two of Swords, you may think that you've got something in the bag. You may think that something is an ace in the hole. Okay. A hole in one. You're not worried about it because you just already know that something is going to work out well. It's great that you have that attitude. I always tell you guys, I would rather be optimistic than pessimistic. But there could be a hidden detail that you don't see because of this Two of Swords right here. There may be an aspect or a detail about your situation that you're unaware of, or information that you have not been given that you don't see. I feel like you know that though, because the Two of Swords kind of indicates that you're on point, even though you don't know that you're on point, right? You hit the target, bullseye here. Okay. But you don't know that you've hit the target yet, or you don't know that you're on point, or you don't know that you're right just yet. You don't know that something is happening, but you can feel it. You can sense it. You may not have proof of something that you feel, but you can feel it, right? That's your energy right now. So with the Two of Swords, though, traditionally, it definitely can indicate something that you don't know, or information that's been omitted. So it kind of feels like this person is coming to give you the information that you have not received yet, or the information that you don't know. This Knight of Swords doesn't have to be somebody negative. It feels like there's a fast moving message coming in. So this could be a text, this could be an email, it could be some type of electronic communication. This could even be a package or something, and you could get confirmation that it's shipped. I know that's very trivial. But whatever's happening right now when it comes to the energy around you has to do with you being triumphant. I feel like if you do have anything that you're waiting to hear back about, right? Like maybe you applied for a job or a loan, or you have some type of legal issue going on, or it could even be as simple as you applying for like a business license, or, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. To me, it feels like if you've had a rough time up until this point, you're getting news in the near future that things are going to start to kind of get easier, okay? Yeah, look, Page of Swords, Page of Wands. Somebody has discovered information. This could have also been research that you asked someone else to do on your behalf, and they're coming back to you with the results of that research. This could be information that you have basically sought out, and it's coming back to you so that now you have the clarity that you need. What's the Two of Swords? The Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. So you didn't expect to have to defend yourself in a spiritual it slipped out, bitch. You didn't expect to have to defend yourself in a situation. Seven of Wands, Nine of Wands. I feel that a lot of you guys did not give up, even though there could have been a lot of different people coming at you from all different sides. There could have been a lot of different fires that you metaphorically had to put out in your life. And you stood your ground. You did not give up the high ground in a situation. You were not a coward. You weren't acting like a punk. Okay? Somebody could have been offering you a job as well. Or there's like an offer that was made here that you didn't expect to receive. And it was either an offer for a job or an offer for some type of like maybe a business opportunity. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but y'all know, by the time the reading gets to the end, if you have enough patience and concentration and your attention span is long enough, you'll figure out what you need to figure out. Judgment and the King of Wands. Yeah, so this was either like a phone call or some type of communication that you didn't expect, a wake-up call from spirit that you didn't expect, some type of alarm that was going off in your mind or in real life that kind of caught you off guard. Somebody could have been offering you like an internship, an externship, some type of training opportunity that could lead to a full-time job. But it's like you didn't have all the information about it. I feel like something made you a little apprehensive. Something made you kind of like cautious about accepting an opportunity that was given to you. This was brought to your attention. Whatever this is, whatever this Knight of Pentacles is, was brought to your attention. King of Wands. I feel like you have experience dealing with whatever you're dealing with. Like whatever situation you're in right now and whatever's being presented to you. I feel like you're experienced or you're dealing with someone who has experience. And it kind of helped you to see the holes in the story, or it helped you to see where there may have been information missing. The only reason why I say that is because of the Two of Swords. And the King of Wands is a knowledgeable individual. It's somebody who has real life experience because they've gone out in the world and literally taken action to do different things in their life that have helped them gain insight into different situations. So that could be you, or that could be someone who you're partnered up with, teamed up with, or working with. What else is this Seven of Wands, Knight of Pentacles? Ooh, Justice reversed. Why is that? So yeah, you knew that. It's like you can feel or sense that some information is missing, which makes you feel like a situation wouldn't be balanced or it wouldn't be fair. Or there needs to be more discussion about the agreement or the contract or something like that. You know there's parts of the story that are being left out. That's your energy. Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords. Okay. You could have caught somebody in some type of illegal behavior. Like something could have been kind of illegal, or it felt like it was not on the up and up. Maybe a job that someone was offering you, or an opportunity that somebody was offering you. It was too good to be true. The money was too good for whatever was being presented. It's like you didn't want to fall into something with bad people. And even though you couldn't prove it or like say concretely what was going on, because something was shifty, or a person was kind of tricky or shifty, or the situation kind of like flip-flopped a lot, there wasn't a clear answer when you asked questions, whatever it was that tipped you off to something being imbalanced or unfair, whatever that was that tipped you off made you feel like you need to kind of be cautious about accepting whatever this person was giving you, or believing whatever they were telling you. Okay, I feel like you have clarity, or there was some type of clarity, paperwork, documents, truth that you've discovered recently, or that you discovered in the process of evaluating this situation. The odds could have also shifted in your favor that led you towards the ability to have this victory. I feel like some type of information has been revealed to you to where it's like the light bulb went off in your mind about what was going on and how you should basically act when it comes to dealing with this situation. It looks like somebody wanted you to take something, or somebody wanted you to do something that would have put you in a negative place. and kind of like saved them from being under fire. And you picked up on that before they were able to kind of get you caught up. You saw that something was a trick, or you saw that something was a scam. Now, what's the Knight of Swords? The Eight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, because somebody's communication is very shifty. Somebody has the vibe of a used car salesman. They're not, I don't know if they talk really fast or if they are saying one thing one day and then their story changes the next day. I'm not sure exactly what that is. But someone's communication seems to be a little bit aggressive, like they stir up shit or they stir up drama. Or they create problems, cause arguments, start fights. But I feel like this is kind of backfiring on someone. 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So this could be about a masculine. I don't know if you're dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. We can try to figure it out. There's a lot of time, energy, money, and effort that has gone into investing in something. You could have been waiting for a large sum of money for a long time. I feel like some of you have been really stretching things, or, you know, trying to make things work while you wait for something else to come through. I feel like someone is telling you that something is going to change, or they're making a promise to you that something is going to change. I feel like you're cautious of working with somebody because you know that they're tricky. You know that they're slippery. You know that they're very snake-like. You know that they can't be trusted, or you know that they say things that they don't mean, or they make promises that they don't keep. This could be about your family. This could be about like a patriarch of a family, a matriarch, somebody's grandmother, grandfather. This could just be about family members in general. Somebody could be telling you, oh, I'm going to flip your money. If you invest in this, I'm going to flip your money. It could be somebody saying that they're going to get you a big tax return. Like, it feels like that. It feels like somebody who's making a lot of promises that they can't keep. And because you could be in a situation where, you know, things are tight, or you're trying to make things stretch, they may feel like you are a vulnerable person. They may feel like they can trick you. Okay. 7 is significant here. Also 8 and 9. 7, 8, 9. Okay. I feel like somebody has a history of saying one thing and doing another. What's the 9 of Cups? The Page of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So this could be about recognition for some of you when it comes to your work. You could be getting a promotion. It's funny because when I pulled out this deck right here, that's the Psychic Tarot deck right there. The recognition and reward card, which is the 3 of Pentacles in this deck, was at the bottom. So some of you could be getting recognized for your work. You could be getting a promotion. Maybe you're getting a better job. Some of you may have found a better job, or discovered a better job, or a better way to support yourself, support your family, earn money, an alternate stream of income. Something that you've built could also be being discovered. People are finding your business or finding your products. It feels like somebody wants to tell you that they're going to change, or somebody wants to tell you that something is going to happen to get you to take action quickly, to get you to move forward quickly, to get you to invest in something quickly, because they know that you're being discovered, or they know that you're getting some type of recognition for the work that you've already put in, or something that you've already built. 9 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. There's value here. There's a lot of value here. I feel like some of you have a big fear of being visible. Some of you have a big fear of being recognized. Some of you have a fear of success because you've had, like, I really just feel like you've had somebody on your ass, like hounding you. And it's like every time you come into some success, it's like they swarm you. It's like this Seven of Wands energy. It's like they swarm you, either energetically or literally, right? It could be your family members. It could be people who, because I tell y'all all the time, you're naive if you think that people don't energetically know when you're doing well. You're being a dumb bitch, okay? You're naive if you think that there are not people out there who have been in your life or around your energy. You are very naive if you think that they cannot sense when you come into some type of success or when you come into a positive relationship, because some of y'all could be in a positive relationship that could be growing and transforming. Some of you guys could be following your destiny and your purpose, and that could be growing and transforming. And you see with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords that we saw with Justice reversed, it's like you know that somebody does not want that to work out for you. So it's like with the fact that the Spiritual Strength card came up and it speaks about facing these spiritual battles and these energetic battles that are kind of invisible, it feels like you guys didn't have a way to prove it, but you know that something good is happening to you because somebody is doing that whole swarming type of thing. They're swarming around you again. They're trying to infiltrate. They're trying to get in your head. They're trying to fuck with you. They're saying things, that trigger you, or in a way try to trigger you because they're trying to trick you, or do that weird thing that they do to knock you off your square. And it's like, even though you can't say in a court of law that this is what somebody is doing, you know that that's what they're doing. Your grandmother could have taught you about that. You could have experienced it a lot as a child. Whatever the situation is that makes you aware and relevant of it, is something that you kind of have a little bit of anxiety about. It's something that you may be afraid of. And that's what could have caused you to self-sabotage or made you afraid to really live up to your truest potential, because you know that whenever you get into a position where you have a lot of value, somebody comes in and has something negative to say. Somebody's trying to sue you. Somebody's trying to come at you in a really obtuse way. Okay? So you may be feeling a little nervous because you know that there's a time coming up that you can sense intuitively where you're going to be recognized for what it is that you do, and you may be earning more money. Okay? Maybe you don't want people to find out how much you make. Okay? But the thing about it is you've experienced this before. I feel like you have a lot of tools at your disposal to protect yourself that you don't often use, but that you can utilize in this situation. Your spirit team wants you to know that you can utilize these tools to protect yourself. Okay, one more card for this Nine of Cups. Oh, thank you. I was going to actually ask for two, so that's perfect. The Lovers and the Ace of Wands. Yeah. So some of you are about to get a new job. Some of you are about to find a new job, or you're about to get communication from a job that you've applied for. Maybe you went on an interview, or you're about to get an interview, but you guys are about to get recognized. You're about to get an increase in your finances. You may even get an increase or an influx in like the level of work that you have to do, meaning your job may give you more responsibilities. They may give you a bonus, a raise. Some of you may have more business coming in, but this is something that's kind of like happening because the fire got lit up under your butt. Okay, you were very motivated to reach a goal, and I feel like you guys have reached that goal, and someone is finding out that you've reached that goal, but I also feel like you're being discovered in a way. It's like all of these things go hand in hand. I feel like you made choices to follow your life purpose. With the Lovers card, you made a choice, and I feel like it was a good choice to go towards what you were called to do. You guys were called in a particular direction, and you listened to that call and you followed your intuition. This is not bad energy at all, but this is why someone is coming towards you with this Knight of Swords energy. The energy around you, or how someone is approaching you. I feel like they are coming towards you because it's a movement card, but that's the energy around you, is of someone who wants to kind of like tornado, whirlwind, swirl things up. They want to spin the wheel and keep having you spinning and twirling around, make you dizzy with like some type of weird communication. They may want to talk in circles. Whoever this person is talks in circles. They don't have anything really of value to say. I also feel like The energy around you is of people seeing that you're creating movement in your life. These people are seeing that the wheel is turning in your favor and that you're moving forward really quickly and that you're kind of like causing a stir. Okay. It's like whatever you're doing over here is causing this whirlwind, this momentum to stir up. And I feel like someone has something to say about it. Someone's going to also change their tune. But I would be very cautious, especially if this is someone who you already know has a track record or a history of causing problems in your life or trying to throw you off, knock you off your square, or disorient you in some type of way when it comes to distracting you from your focus. I would be very cautious of that. Because you're going to understand what it is. You're going to know what it is before it actually happens. Now, at the bottom, Ace of Pentacles. This is definitely, with this Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles, this is definitely something, yeah. This is you being led. This is you being basically transported by spirit to this calmer, more peaceful, balanced place in your life. And I feel like your energy is clear. Because you know that somebody is trying to cause imbalance. What you don't know is that I feel you're very close to reaching a goal or you've already reached a goal, right? Because sometimes it takes the energy a little bit of time to catch up, okay? Some of you have a new love interest coming in, and this is a person who is playing a pivotal role in your life with the Lover's card. They may be somebody who you meet at work, or that is curious about you because of the work that you do. There may be a professional connection here with this person. But they could also be like the driver of the spiritual, energetic mode of transportation that's taking you to this more peaceful, calm place, right? Like they could be a harbinger or like a sign. So when this opportunity is presented to you, you're going to have to make a choice about what you want to do and how you want to move forward. But I feel like this already happened. I feel like you already made a choice about how you want to move forward. But I feel like you're kind of looking behind you, not because you went about it the wrong way, but it kind of feels like you're looking behind you because you're worried about whoever this motherfucker is right here trying to chase you. And that's the problem. Don't backstep. Don't backpedal. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. What is that? The Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. Yeah. So I feel like, you took the opportunity. You investigated it more. You learned more about whatever it was that you were doing. You may have even been juggling 2 jobs at a time, trying to get your foot in the door somewhere new while you also maintain something that you already had. It feels like you saw the potential in a situation, or you saw the potential in the investment that needed to be made in order to make something a success, in order to bring an opportunity to fruition. Because that's 9 Pentacles. And you got the 8 right there with the Knight of Pentacles, which is 9 as well. I feel like you guys are very determined to succeed because you decided, you feel like this is something that you have to do. Okay? What's the 7 of Pentacles coming out? Y'all be sure to like the video. Thank you guys. Ooh. 6 plus 2. 6 of Wands. 2 of Wands. That's 8 Wands. Ooh. Some of y'all are getting attention. Okay. You made a good decision. Whatever you chose to invest in, this could even be stocks, bonds, any of those types of things. You may have made a decision to invest in a particular company or invest in some type of new business. Yeah, 6 of Swords, that's what it is. Page of Pentacles. And this is the thing, I feel like you were also navigating it as you go, right? Like whatever this is, you didn't necessarily know how to navigate these waters. You may have been new in a particular field of study, like it says, new line of study, but it's something that you were drawn to. It's something that you felt very connected to. It's something that you felt like naturally you could pick it up and figure it out, because it was meant to be a part of your life, and it was meant to be a catalyst to your growth and your transformation, right? So that's why it's working out for you. That's why it's successful for you. This is a part of your future, and it's an investment that I feel like a lot of you guys made in your future. But I also feel that somebody is coming to tell, what are they telling Pisces? 3 of Swords, something heartbreaking, something painful, something disruptive, disappointing. I feel like this is somebody who's trying to talk to you about something that could trigger you to have an emotional reaction, okay? This is something that you've already healed from, though. I feel like somebody may want to talk about the past. It's like they want you to get caught up in a word salad of some kind. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Oh, they're disappointed that things didn't work out. Oh, they're disappointed that, the family didn't work out. This could be your parents. This could be a sibling. This could be somebody who you have children with. This could even be your child if your child is grown, right? But it's somebody who I feel is a bit delusional about the outcome of something, or they were delusional at the time about how something was going to turn out. And I feel like they're disappointed about how something turned out because it didn't turn out the way that they envisioned or imagined it. And I feel like whatever it is that's going well for you could be something that they want to kind of like shit on. They may want to rain on your parade with the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. That's really good energy. But like, Sun reverse, 5 of Pentacles. It's the same thing, even if it was upright. Yeah, somebody is disappointed that they're left out of this happy time in their life. In their life. See, you see what I'm saying? It's those Freudian slips and shit. Somebody is very disappointed that you're having a happy time in your life and they're left out. But I think the thing that Spirit wants you to know is that this is a confirmation of what you suspect. You already suspected some fishiness going on. It's some funny business, and we're not talking about other Pisces, maybe. But something is fishy. Something ain't right in the buttermilk. It stank. The milk done spoiled. It's a funk in the air. And Spirit is telling you, follow your intuition, because even though you may not be able to prove it, you know somebody's tactics already. You know somebody's behavior already. You know the games that someone plays and the way that they go about doing whatever the fuck they do. What? All right. Doubt me if you want to, but I'm telling you, this is not a time where you need to be playing with these people. Because I feel like you have something going for you that somebody wants to try to like throw a wrench in. Even if the Sun was reversed and the 5 of Pentacles was reversed, it's still somebody who is unhappy that they cannot be around you to disappoint you. It's like they're unhappy that they can't be in your space creating rain clouds. King of Pentacles. It could be a father figure. I don't know. There's somebody who's envious and jealous of your happiness and the way things are transpiring and turning around in your life, how your life is moving forward. And again, that goes back to the triumph. You're triumphant. What's the Page of Wands real quick? What's the Page of Wands? Empress. Something is being birthed. You're birthing this part of your future into existence. Like I said, something is growing, right? Even if you're at the beginning stages of a job, you're at an entry-level position, you just started your business. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's a part of your life purpose. So Spirit is going to continue to infuse what you're doing with progress, right? If you make the good decisions that you feel called to make, if you follow your intuition along this path, if you listen to the guidance that Spirit is giving you, they're going to continue to infuse your journey with momentum building experiences. Growth, Empress energy, it's the same thing. Something is meant to bring you abundance. Something is meant to create an endless stream of income or an endless flow of prosperity in your life. Sirens outside. Strength, because you had courage. Wow, Five of Swords. I feel like you guys had courage to do something that other people weren't courageous enough to do. And the fact that, and you see the tornado in this card too. You see what I'm saying? You've been keeping this person at bay, or you've been keeping negative energy kind of like away from you for a while. But these spirits, energies, and entities that are working through people or just out in the atmosphere are trying to find little sneaky ways to infiltrate your space. And I feel like a lot of it is through communication or like mentally, right? With the Seven of Swords. I also feel like you used a strategy that assisted with you multiplying something, like duplicating your success. You found a strategy or a different way of doing something that helped your success increase. Somebody could even be trying to figure out what your secret formula or recipe is to something. And it just feels like it's because I don't think they ever wanted to see you get to that point. Yeah. Some of you lost your mother or lost a child. And that helped motivate you as well to have the courage to do whatever this is. Ace of Cups. And the Five of Wands. Good Lord. We have the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups out here, but we just saw the Five of Swords, and now we see the Five of Wands. Whatever drama that a group of people were trying to cause for you, the Strength card shows that you were kind of keeping that shit at bay. Okay? You may have been dealing with a lot of overwhelming emotions from the past. You may have been dealing with a lot of sadness and regrets about the past and how things transpired. If you lost a child, if you lost a parent, your grandmother is coming up. Your mother is coming up. If that's people who you have lost, or it was a very important feminine energy who was like a mother or a matriarch type of figure when you were young. Or when you were naive, you could have been grown, but you could have still been very naive mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And this person helped you evolve and grow. I feel like you guys experienced a lot of loss. But the thing about it is that part of the past that conflicted you up until this point, and the people who amplified those fears and the people who amplified that sadness in your past, you've kept them at bay. Like, you've drowned out those negative voices. You've closed the door on those ghosts. And you decided basically to step up and use your bravery and courage to kind of step into the position that you were always meant to be in. And I feel like this is a confirmation that those energies are trying to find a little sneaky way to creep back in. And it's coming through communication. It's coming through the things that people say, the comments that people write, the reviews that people have about your product or your business, or little stupid shit that people say. And it's all because if you get to this point with the Six of Swords, you will be so far away. Even the fact that this is the Chariot. The Chariot talks about travel or like distance. Long distances. You have the Eight of Wands. You have the Chariot. You had the Six of Swords. It talks about things that are like overseas, you know. And I feel like some of you have a lot of people, and we've talked about this before, but some of you have a lot of people who know that once you get to a point where you're unreachable, where your number has changed, where your address is unknown, where they can't get in contact with you, where, you know, your social media has a block on it to where only certain people can contact you. It's certain people in your life who know that when you get to that level, you're going to be unreachable. And Spirit is basically telling you that you've reached a level of success, or you are approaching a level of recognition and success with whatever it is that you're doing, where you will be unreachable to these people. And I'm telling you again, if you think that these motherfuckers don't know that your energy is fading away, you would be underestimating detrimentally the capability that folks have to try to throw a wrench in your plans. And I'm the type of bitch who's going to be real with you, and I don't want you to do that. You got to stay focused. You got to stay on your grind. You have to stay vigilant, okay? What else? You can't let folks come in and fuck with you. Bitch. What did I just say? What did I just say? If y'all feel me, if you're clocking this motherfucking tea, please like the video. Okay? If you want to donate, Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle is below. Thank you very much. I will not be ashamed to advocate for myself. I appreciate you all very, very much. I don't force anybody to donate. You can if you want. But if you think I'm not going to advocate for myself and you got a problem with me saying it, then have a nice day, baby. Okay? You feel me? I couldn't believe that shit. One of the members who know I be talking about deep stuff. When I'm in the member section, I be telling them my business. And for one of the members to come up and tell me that I'm verbally abusive and I be beating y'all over the head talking about donations like I'm not supposed to advocate for myself, that was crazy. Have a nice day. Because I don't really be bothering nobody. I just be on here trying to give people what they need to know to really be prepared for the fuck shit that could be happening out here. The tarot readings naturally are not going to be sunshine and rainbows. That's why I be telling y'all don't listen to these hoes that be lying in your face. Because they be setting y'all up to fail. And it's all beautiful. It really is. It's positive energy in a lot of places. But at the end of the day, when you've been through abuse and when you've been through a lot of spiritual warfare and when you've had to deal with a lot of attacks from unknown sources and weird ass places and you fight for your life and you've been fighting for your life almost your whole life, you ain't got time for somebody to be shitting out Skittles and shit. You need for folks to tell you what's really going on. So at the end of the day, that's why I said what I said. That's why these two cards came out, because Spirit is telling you to hunt down these villains and eliminate them. Not literally, metaphorically, spiritually. Do what you need to do to cast that energy out. Okay? Because it says someone is working against you to disrupt your success. Be vigilant. Okay? It doesn't mean you have to be a bitch or an asshole. It just means be vigilant. Pay attention. And protect yourself against the evil eye. You also have the Hunter. And what does that say? That says use focus and patience to achieve your goals. Venture out and destroy that which would stand in the way of your success. So Spirit is clearly saying that there's someone who's working against you to disrupt your success and that they're telling you to go out and destroy whatever that is. Okay? We have the Secret Keeper. Secrets are being kept hidden from you. Move in silence and observe your surroundings at this time. Yeah, so there's a lot of people who are looking to come out on top. There and you know, like I always say, right? Because I'm not no bitter bitch. Sometimes people do things that are not in your best interest unintentionally, right? You can't see everybody as a bad guy. You can't see everybody as an enemy, or you're going to end up being a lonely, bitter, angry person. Okay? Bad things happen, but it's about what you make of it. And everyone is not your enemy. But what it is that because of what you've experienced, you are smart enough to identify when someone just ain't right. Or when something just ain't right. And that's what I feel. I feel like you guys know that something ain't right about this person or about this situation. And Spirit is telling you, hey, don't let it fester. Don't question yourself. Don't second guess your intuition and let somebody sit around you for too long and infiltrate your space and, you know, sink their teeth in to the point where, it's gone beyond a point of no return. Handle your motherfucking business with folks and make sure you let things be out on the line. And it doesn't mean that you have to immediately assume the worst. It just means pay attention. If something ain't right, you know that you've dealt with people before who have tried to gaslight you. So don't let it happen again. And if it does, fine. But what Spirit is really saying is hey, if you focus on what you're doing and if you have patience and you understand the divine timing of Spirit and the universe, God, whoever you pray to, because I ain't your mama, and focus on achieving your goals, then you'll be able to see who's coming in with the bullshit, okay? Now, the Gothic says through the darkness is the potential for you to transform your life into more than you ever thought possible. Right. I just watched a documentary on Netflix about Elizabeth Smart. And I remember that from when I was young. And it was something very significant that she said at the end of that documentary that I think all of y'all should listen to. And it was about the fact that, you know, even though it was hard and difficult and she didn't know how she was going to like heal from that situation, she basically told herself, like, because of what she believes, there has to be a deeper reason for this. There has to be a reason why God allowed me to go through this and allowed this really traumatic, horrible, horrendous situation to happen in my life. And she said, it's gotta mean something. And she strives to make it mean something by living her life purpose. And that's what I feel like Spirit is trying to help y'all to do. They're trying to help you to stay motivated. Because I feel like a lot of y'all who already pick up what I'm throwing down, who I ain't got to explain shit to, and I ain't got to pull your teeth to like the video or, you know, whatever. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. Even if you don't comment, even if I don't know who you are, even if you're just a loyal viewer and you watch and you're subscribed and you hype, you already are on this path. You're already doing this. You've already taken these steps, and your spirit team knows that the heat is about to be turned up on your situation and they don't want you to backtrack. So that's pretty much what they're saying. That's why they sending my big loud mouth ass over here to confirm what you already know. That you may not have proof of, but that you can feel in your soul is true. Okay? What is the significant time frame for Pisces when it comes to this? Within 3 months? Yeah. Within 3 months, a decision is going to be made. A few days. Interesting. And in October. So October, the next few days, I'm filming this. Ooh, excuse me. It's Sunday, March 22nd, baby. What time is it? 8:32. And we've been in here 51 minutes, which is crazy. What's within 3 months? Temperance. Something is going to be balanced out. I also feel like something is coming together. Knight of Cups. In the World card, yeah. So within the next 3 months, an offer is going to be made to you that's going to balance things out and end a cycle. Okay? Somebody could propose a business partnership. Somebody could propose a love relationship, a friendship, a marriage, a roommate situation. Whatever the situation is, you're being presented with an offer within the next 3 months that's going to help balance out a situation. This could be a Sagittarius. It could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or another Pisces. It could also be an Aquarius, a Taurus, or a Leo. Okay? I don't like the Libra energy or the Taurus energy, to be honest with you. Gemini looks all right. Leo looks all right. I don't know necessarily. I don't know. The Leo, the Scorpio, the Taurus, and the Aquarius are questionable. I don't have a problem with Aquarius. Leo is kind of on the fence. Taurus, I don't fuck with. Scorpio, I don't know. I didn't get enough Scorpio energy to really know, but I don't see anything necessarily wrong with Scorpio because you got the transformation here. But I did say in the beginning, anybody in November or December, which I said was Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn. But I don't like the Libra, and I don't necessarily like the Taurus. Okay? This could also be you planting seeds. This could also be you shooting your shot, making an offer, because you weighed the pros and the cons, and it finally helps you close a chapter in your life that's been dragging. Okay. The Two of Cups and the Emperor. Interesting, yeah. That could be somebody who you're going to meet. A balanced relationship, a balanced work environment. Some type of interview that comes together, or some type of positivity that comes in. Be mindful, though, of somebody who's telling you a strategy. Like, if somebody's trying to include you in a strategy that they have, and they're like, oh, I'm going to tell you what's going on, this is what we're going to do, and they're laying it all out, they could be leaving details out. They could be omitting details because they want to have the advantage. So just be aware. Okay? What's a few days? The Devil? I said Capricorn just now. Hangman. King of Pentacles. So whoever this person is, the King of Pentacles came up with something else. I can't remember. This Capricorn is going to offer you something, but they want to have their cake and eat it too. I don't know if it's a Capricorn or a Taurus, but they want to have their cake and eat it too. Hell, with the Emperor card being an older masculine, it could be a Virgo. Could be a Taurus, Aries, Capricorn, or Virgo. They're going to try to get you locked into a contract or locked into something, but they want to have their cake and eat it too. I definitely feel that there's going to be another offer that comes in that Spirit is telling you to wait for. Like, if there's some type of bullshit offer that somebody is making you, don't just settle for that because you are in a sticky situation like the Hangman energy. What's the Devil? Four of Swords. Hierophant and the Six of Swords. Yeah, you're committed to some type of spiritual practice or healing practice. Could be yoga, could be Tai Chi, could be meditation of some kind, prayer, whatever it is that you're doing, going to church. You're doing something religiously, consistently, repetitively. Like I said, Seven of Pentacles, that moves you forward, that helps you heal. I feel like you're used to silence from someone. You're used to a person not talking to you. You're used to, you've become accustomed to not talking to somebody or not communicating with somebody. I'm going to say something that might seem strange, but I feel like for those of you it resonates for, you're going to understand what I'm saying. Some of you were dealing with a person for a long time, face-to-face, one-on-one, and you could peep game. You understood when they were playing in your face. You understood the things that they would say or do to affect you in a negative way. When you moved away from that person, you divorced them, you moved out, you stopped talking to them, you became accustomed to the silent communication. You became accustomed to the psychic attacks that they were sending you, to where you know it's them if something happens like that. But now I feel like they're going to actually come back and be verbal in a time where they have been nonverbal. So because they were nonverbal, you were getting used to how it was to kind of combat them energetically, but you weren't as familiar anymore with how to combat them verbally and face to face. So now it's like they're going to switch up their approach and start to come back and talk to you. And you're not going to be used to this. And it could catch you off guard because you haven't dealt with their energetic attacks on a face-to-face basis in a really long time. You were trying to completely cut all ties from this person. You didn't want anything to do with them. It was an abrupt cutoff. So just be aware that they're going to try to use that to their advantage when they come back and start communicating with you. They're going to try to get you discombobulated because you're not used to combating their verbal nonsense the way that you may have been in the past, okay? I feel like you just don't want anything to do with somebody because you know no matter what, you know that they're going to try to find a way to get what they want regardless of what you do. Whether you talk to them or you don't talk to them, whether you go through the legal system or you don't go through the legal system, that's the devil energy. It's like no matter what you do, they're going to try to back you into a corner to where you're the one taking a loss or to where you're the one having a problem. I'm telling you. It's like an abusive spouse, right? If you tell on them and you take them to court, they're going to try to drag you through court, drag it out, stress you out through the court system. If you don't take them to court, they're going to try to do little sneaky shit to you because you're not telling on them, or they're going to leave you in a situation where you have to do everything by yourself. It's that type of person. What's October? Nine of Swords. Yeah. I feel like in a few days, Spirit is advising you to avoid conflict as much as possible and to look at the situation from all sides so that you can see the possibility of infiltration from every direction. It's like they want you to have all vantage points covered so that you won't get caught off guard with somebody's behavior, because they're going to try to pull some bullshit to where they end up getting what they want and putting you in that hangman type of position. Yeah, look at that. And if you think I'm tripping, fine. But I know with the cards that's coming out, I'm not tripping. Because it's late and I'm ready to lay down. And for whatever reason, I had to get this reading done tonight so that y'all could have it tomorrow morning, Monday morning, or, you know, the time where I usually drop. This person is, I feel, it's like this person feels very irritated. I'm getting with this Five of Swords energy. They're very irritated that you found a way out of whatever this devil energy is with them. And I feel like the way that you found out of it was peace, silence, you know, taking the high road, turning the other cheek, whatever it is that you did. Whatever you committed yourself to, whatever this is that's a part of your life purpose, that's why this person is irritated. Because on every other level, they could have defeated you. At least that's what they think. But because you had this spiritual connection, you found a way in their mind to weasel out of whatever punishment that they were trying to inflict upon you. It's like they think they know, they feel like they know what's going to happen, or they know what you're going to do, or they know exactly how to cause a problem for you. But no, I feel like in October, you're really going to get a strong whiff of this, but that's in the future. Times and things, circumstances could change. But within the next 3 months, I feel like there could also be a mediator coming in. Especially with this judication and the Emperor, there could be a mediator coming in to balance out any type of imbalanced communication that you have with this person, especially if they've been silent and you've been silent and now all of a sudden they want to start talking. There may be somebody who steps in to be like, hey, sit your ass the fuck down. I feel like we said what we needed to say about the zodiac signs. We've been in here and I'm done. Okay, if you want to book your personal reading, be sure to do so. Like I said, the prices are lower than they usually are, so now is the time to go on ahead and get in there, because I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. I listen to God and what God tells me to do. Thank you. Creativity is your advice. That's the childlike energy here. Be creative, be whimsical, be dreamy. But actually take action and have the courage to take action to make your dreams a reality. Okay? Creativity is your inner expression. Unleash it. Yeah, so Spirit is saying to express yourself creatively. That's what I do. At the end of the day, can't nobody stop me from having free speech. And I think that was the goal for a lot of the people in my life who wanted to keep me silenced. I don't think my youngest son's dad or my ex-husband care for me having a platform to be able to speak about the injustices that he's been inflicting upon me for the last fucking 16 years. I'm pretty sure that don't rub him the right way. You get what I'm saying? I don't really give a fuck. Because I have a right to say whatever I want to say about whoever the fuck I want to say it about. And y'all don't know who he is. So at the end of the day, you can literally turn your pain into power. That's what Spirit is guiding all of us to do. Because if you found me and you found this reading, this the first time you seeing my face, hearing my voice, this is your introduction to me, it's because you probably have been through some fucked up shit and you've worked your ass off the last 3 months or the last 6 months or the last 3 years or 6 years to get yourself into a better situation, despite the bullshit that somebody was trying to drag you through. My nose is itching on the tip. You see what I'm saying? So that's how a lot of people end up making their big break, or, solidifying themselves prosperity wise, is because they're able to alchemize and transmute the energy that took them through hell into something that brings them to heaven. Anyway, strength. Your inner strength is boundless. Unleash it. So they're telling you to unleash your strength, your power, your bravery through creativity. Okay? They want y'all to create. Blessings are gifts from the universe. Receive and share them. And then you have prayer. Prayer is a dialogue with the universe. Express your wishes. And that's that on that. Don't be afraid to ask for what you guys need. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. That's been coming up a lot in the personal readings. If you don't know what reading to get, I would suggest getting a divine angel advice reading, a divine 33 angel advice, or messages from spirit if you want to get a little deeper, because I do a little bit more during the messages from spirit. But if you want to start somewhere, start there. If you want to do a one question, that would be a good one as well. But y'all be sure to book. Don't be scared. I'm going to let you know what you need to know. I can almost guarantee that is going to help you more than it's going to hurt you. Okay? It might hurt you a little bit to hear the truth, but it's going to help you at the end of the day. Okay? So y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe, Pisces. I love and appreciate all of you. Shout out to all of my subscribers and members. Get in the comments if you want to give your thoughts. Donate if you can. PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. Book your readings if you like. And I'll see you guys next time. Remember, this is our circle, boos. Bye.